Welcome viewers. Today's topic of discussion is the concept of DC motor, and while learning the concept, we'll try to make a mini project of a simple DC motor. But firstly, we'll try to see the psychology of the motor. What is the psychology behind the motor? We all know motor converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. So the concept behind the motor is that if a conductor or a wire carrying a current is placed in a magnetic field, that wire or conductor will experience a force. So the size of the force which determines how fast the motor spin will depend upon these three factors: the amount of current in the wire, the length of the wire, and the strength of the magnetic field. And if at all if we are desired to change the direction of the spin, you can either change the direction of the current in the wire or you can change the direction of magnetic field. Now looking at this formula, we can easily conclude that to make a mini project of a simple DC motor, three prime important things are needed. First, we need to have a wire. Second, we need to have a current flowing through that wire. And third, a strong magnetic field. Now to determine the direction of the force or the spin, we can use Fleming's left hand rule. As this picture depicts, if you hold your thumb, the first finger and the second finger perpendicular to each other, then the first finger will indicate the direction of magnetic field. So in this case, the direction of magnetic field is from North Pole to South Pole. The second finger will indicate the direction of the current. So from these two factors, the third and the most important factor will be determined, that is the direction of the force. The anatomy of the motor. This is how a simple mini project will look alike. But to make this project, we need to have some apparatus with us. So what are those apparatus we should have? We need to have a wood base, a ceramic magnet which will fulfill the need of strong magnetic field. We need to have a magnetic wire of 20 gauge. This will be acting as a wire. 9-volt battery. This will be supplying the necessary current to the wire. A battery snap, a large paper clip to hold this wire, thumb track. So as you can see, this entire material is easily available in the electrical shop. How to build a simple DC motor? Firstly, the 20 gauge magnetic wire is to be wound around a small cylindrical object so as to get this kind of a shape. And while making this, you have to make a 12 to 15 loops. This pack of coil will be called as rotor, that part which will be rotating. Leave about 2 inches of straight wire on each side of the rotor. So pictorially, your wire will be, or the 20 gauge of magnetic wire will look like this. Now hold the loop vertically by placing your thumb through the center of the rotor. Place one of the straight section of the wire on the flat surface. Now use a razor blade and strip only the top surface of the wire. Be sure not to strip the sides or the bottom, just the top. Strip the wire from the coil all the way to the end of the straight section. Now this section will act as a commutator. Strip the other straight section of the wire completely, top, bottom and side. Now prepare to assemble this motor on this wooden base. So onto that base, place the ceramic magnet which will supply the necessary magnetic field. Now we have 2 large paper clips. Bend that as shown in the figure so that this clip will hold that 20 gauge wire. Place that rotor on the paper clip support. Now attach the battery snap to the battery. If desired, secure battery to base using electrical tape. touch the back lead from the battery snap to the thumb tag that is securing one of the paper clip. Now to complete the circuit, touch the red lead from the battery snap securing the other paper clip. Now slightly give a torque or the force to the rotor and you will have the rotor will be rotating. Make sure you disconnect either of the both lead to turn off the motor. So from this we can conclude that if a current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field, that wire or conductor will experience a force. Thank you.